Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau and Samantha Perry with you on another absolutely picture-perfect, beautiful day here in Hollandale Beach. A fast main track, a firm turf course, the Tapeta as well, and happy to be back here at Gulfstream Park. We hope everybody had a safe and happy holiday and Merry Christmas and all that kind of good stuff. And now we're getting serious here now.
Yep, we are. We're full swing into the championship meet now. There's a lot of exciting things going on today, all weekend. We have some Breeders' Cup Champ horses back this weekend. Waidabario on Saturday. Today, of course, Soul of an Angel. And then the big news, our sister track for Boxing Day today, as usual, a huge card there. We've got Ben Tornado going up against Kentucky Derby winner Mystic Dan. And there's more. Rainbow Six.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's already up to $150,000. Somebody hit it for a seismic number. I guess that would have been last Sunday. Here we are already at $150,000 in this estimated jackpot tier, and that's going to kick off today on a 10-race card in race number 5. So we look forward to that. Ronnie's got a ticket as well. Really good card today, a couple stakes races. And as my partner alluded to, the return of Soul of an Angel here in South Florida, where she kind of got going in the Princess Rooney to parlay her out there in that win, and you're into a Breeders' Cup win. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to a really strong card. Looking forward to an early pick 5 today as well. Already $33,000 in that pool. The betting has been very, very solid. We thank everybody. Let's take a look at my early pick 5 ticket. Really had to work this down because not because of scratches, just because of some big numbers out there.
Yes.
3 deep here in the opener. Now, with that being said, I did lose my top pick and a stat and a replay. Slew Diva, the one horse in race 2, looks logical to me. 4 deep in race 3 with the top pick. Very tricky race. The top pick is the 5 Banneker in race number 4. Let's go 2 deep in there with the 3 Avant Glory on top. Off the claim for Gustavo Delgado. You're not going to say that all that often in race number 5. Let's go to the 3, and that is Point to That Star. Mike Maker blinkers on with Tyler Gaffalione stretching out on the Tapeta. Actually, I have him as my best bet on Saturday, cutting back on the Tapeta. So, kind of.
Oh, yeah, I think I picked that one
Bam
too.
Bam.
Yep.
Bam Bam. So, wrapped that card up last night. So, here we go in race number 1. Now, we're going to go 5 furlongs on a firm turf course in a maiden special weight here. The rails today, the rails at, okay, now if you printed early, make sure you updated. The rails are at 73 feet. Which is a large, robust number that I don't think I've said aloud before. So 73 feet on the rails. The 2 Loving Gaze is out, as is the 8, and that's the big one, Snitch Dorada, who's been working off the screen, at least in the morning.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Big scratch, a replay, and a stat is out. So I scratch into the 7. What do you got with the 4 Wellness at a price for Team Cassie?
Yeah, I'd like double scratch into this.
Wow.
And then I changed a pick because originally if my double scratch I would have had Sarah's Rose on top, and I just don't really want this barn first time out. But Wellness, if anything, now you've got the rails out at 73 feet, which Brian said. Now, they haven't been at 73 feet for this championship meet. We haven't seen them at 73 feet, to be honest, in a long time. So take note of that in what is already a very speed-favoring course. She brings speed to the party. The works in the morning I don't pay too much attention to because they're just on the Tapeta. But at least in the afternoon on the Tapeta at Woodbine, she showed speed, and she's going to need it today.
Yeah, and I just want to reiterate, too, with these rail settings. The early print had this at 17. We're at 73 feet. Not no rails in the Via Borghese, which is great to see. So just take note of that. It is a big deal. Your odds are kind of out the window here with 2 big scratches, especially with the big favorite out. I scratch into Thankfully, who, to be fair, ran pretty well for Gustavo Delgado in a turf sprint debut after a little bit of a layoff last time.
Yeah, she really did. And this is a barn that, when they brought her back, she had like a month between works, and I think we were all kind of hesitant or actually pretty confident in playing against her that day. The rails were at 66 feet that day, so that's a good sign. She can handle this type of course. We'll see what we can get today out of her.
And the 5 Unshakable actually beat her that day, and she has run well on the turf and the Tapeta.
Right. Yep.
So I think she's a player very, very early in the betting, but thankfully probably auto defaults into your favorite very likely with the big scratch. Early pick 4 in race number 2 now. We'll go 6.5 furlongs on a fast main track. These are 17.5 maiden claimers, 2-year-old fillies will go at it. It's a clean field of 7. Now the TT pick 3 will return tomorrow, but today Samantha's got your early pick 4.
I do. It's a ticket where I don't have a single. It's $36. I'm spreading in this race. I don't really have any strong opinions. As you saw from Brian's early pick 5, this is a tough sequence here. So nothing that really I'm running to the windows for here in this early pick 4. My long shot is in race number 3. That's the 3. We'll get into that. Race 4. I do have the 4 on top, Philharmonic. And in race number 5, just too deep for me, but the 2 great Shashi and Ride on Anna for Gary Jackson. 2 turns on the Tapeta. $36 is the play.
I've been hanging out with you too long because the boys upstairs are editing my tickets about my maths, and I'm getting I'm
you should have heard my phone call today. So in the late pick 5, yeah, don't worry. Sorry, guys.
So as always, Robles and the crew up there, thank you.
Take care of us.
Yep. So much. All right, let's kick it off here now. Again, 6.5 on a fast main track. We'll start with you. The 5 spun size. Jerry O'Dwyer didn't take any money on debut.
No.
I would expect will be a little tighter today.
Exactly. Jerry O'Dwyer, we respect him a lot. What a cool guy, and a horse that he gave Mia Nichols a shot on too. She was a young rider,
20-year-old from Europe.
From Europe, and Jerry actually rode with her dad in races. So that's really cool. Kind of comes full circle. But she did nothing wrong with this horse. This was not a strong race by any means. But hey, what I like is they stretch her out 1 furlong, and at least she's got a race under her belt.
Yeah, big dropper for Rohan Crichton, G Mother at I think 6-5, won easily that day. So the 38-1 is kind of a little inflated because there was such a huge favorite in that race. Slew Diva, short number in here, nothing clever, massive class drop.
Huge class drop. We know that she's fit. We know that she can handle this, so we'll see what can happen today.
Yep, Trumpetta is the other kind of favorite in here. Hasn't sprinted on the main track since the sloppy debut against State Breds.
No, and she's coming back pretty quick. I know you don't mind that, and I don't mind it all too much, at least with these lower level claimers, but still little. I am including her, but I don't know about running to the window.
Yeah, I agree, especially at what will probably be a short number with Tyler Gaffalione aboard. Race number 3, 5.5 on the Tapeta, 3 and up, which have never won 3. Your tag here is 12-5. It's a clean field of 10. Probably a lot of different ways you can go. You're trying a horse that I am off today because Warlord Cruzan, I felt we watched it together last time. He finally got outside. Thank you, Jose Morelos. Wasn't going up the rail last time. He ran fine. He did. You know.
Yeah, a race that, to be honest, I don't really particularly trust anybody, nor do I like anyone in this race. But like my partner said, he's tried this horse a few times, and I'm not going to take the credit if I get the win today. That might be you. But if we get Jorge Ruiz aboard today, and he's one that he knows when to punch the gun here. He knows when to hit the gas, and I'm not saying that he can carry this horse to the finish line, and Jose Morelos rode him perfect last time out, but maybe today is his day. Yeah,
this was the poster child now for the inside is not the place to be on Tapeta. He had run in some of these races. He was stuck in neutral. He does get a half furlong extra to work with today. I got to give props to Jorge Ruiz. He's 7 for 41 at the championship meet. That's 17%.
That's incredible.
I certainly don't have any data here, but his average probably odds on the horses he rides is probably right around what Warlord Cruzan is, about 8-1. He's not riding 6-5s. If you're not familiar with the job he does, he is a very strong rider, especially on the turf. I'm on the 5 Banneker here. You know what? If nothing else, we know where Banneker will be. It will be in front. He's got an extra half furlong to see out today. I get it. From a 2L to a 3L, I get that too. When he's running, he's pretty darn good, and he was awesome last time.
He was, and look, you come off of a win like that, you just hope to keep on going forward.
Yeah, exactly, and speed, we know, certainly plays on the Tapeta. Let's just give a quick mention to the 2, the morning line favorite, Hot and Lucky. It's Safi, it's Ken Ramsey, it's Irad Ortiz. 2 turns on the turf in the Tapeta. Irad better hustle early.
Yeah, you've got to, absolutely, and this is a significant cutback.
Yeah, big cutback, a little bit of a drop as well, but with the absolutely unfathomably good Irad Ortiz Jr., you take a mighty short price, unfortunately, as well. Race number 4, one more before the rainbow. It's a good one. It's a starter optional claimer, 7 furlongs on a fast main track. Group of 6 here. Boy, there's a lot of different ways you can go. I'm on at least the morning line favorite. You are on the 4 Philharmonic. Nick Zito, great to see the Hall of Famer back down here at Gulfstream Park running a string for the first time in a few years. This guy was out in
Finger Lakes.
Canandaigua.
Oh.
Canandaigua, Finger Lakes.
Oh. What is Canandaigua?
That's where Finger Lakes is, out in western New York.
You learn something new every day.
There you go.
This is great. But yeah, we'll show this replay. This was across a muddy track, and what is a track that's tough, I think. Was a very sticky type of track, and we see Philharmonic here. Now, he never got an inch really towards the top of the lane till now, and I'm not going to tell you he's running with anything that impressive, but he was very gutsy. He came back again. The other outside horse came back on him. I mean, this was a race where look, I'm not going to say anything but with the jockeys that are at Finger Lakes, because you have to, you are what you are there. But now we're talking about Jorge Ruiz, and you're down the lane in that situation. Jorge Ruiz is going to win the head bob there.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah. Big time switch here for, like I said, a guy we like a lot around here. And this horse is live in here. This horse is definitely a player. I know those races, as we think of Finger Lakes as certainly a lesser track than the Naira circuit. Obviously, those are fast races for those kinds of levels. And this is a tough group today, but he's definitely a player in here. I have nothing clever about Avant Glory except two things. Okay, you see the line. He was unprepared for the start, so you can really draw a line through it because he's a horse that wants to be close. And you got a Kentucky Derby winning trainer in here in Gustavo Delgado, who's 2 for 6 off the claim. He never does this, and he knows what he's doing. I got a feeling this horse is going to run a big one today.
Yeah, they tried this horse in the past on the turf with other connections. I don't know why. Goes on, just not the greatest on the grass, but they keep him. Like you said, they don't claim very often. They keep him on the dirt. They put him back in a same spot here. Now, he's not with state breds, but he won in an open claiming open company. So we'll see.
Absolutely. I had Santos de Wilson last time. He ran really, really good. That's not going to cut it today, but, I mean, I love what they're doing here. Rising into a spot where they can't claim him anymore.
No, and the way that he ran last time, it was impressive. And now we're going to cut back a furlong, too. I think that's big. It was a big figure.
Jose Gallegos for Amity.
Yeah.
Sandino's got horses this weekend, so
it is very interesting,
Amity Racing, very, very sharp. So take note of that. And this is a horse, like I said, I don't want to say they put one by everybody last time because the form was very, very questionable, but you're not taking this horse anymore, and I think that's definitely noteworthy. He'll have to run better today.
Yeah. The key to this race is playing against the 6.
Who is
Yes. That's the key to
Let's
this
talk
race.
about him real quickly. Correct. Super short rest. Okay, the voided claim with the big figure and the slop 2 back. Last time you can't find him with a search party, and now he's in for 20.
Yeah, he needs to be gelded very badly.
And you got Irad.
You get Irad, but this is a horse that there's a time to play against Irad. It's with this horse
11
today.
days rest off a no-show, so I couldn't agree more in that spot. You don't have him anywhere, and I have him down my list in a 6-horse field. So, we're confidently against him. Patter Pop, very sharp, though. We've got to at least say that. Okay, 4 down now, 6 to go on this December 26th. Don't forget our sister track with the big card today. We'll kind of belly you up there. They have an early post out there as well. Our rainbow's going to be big today. When we come back, Ron's got the ticket, 150 in the estimate. Stay tuned.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access Past Performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access Past Performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you. We hope everybody had a safe and happy holiday and Merry Christmas. And now we turn the page towards New Year's and New Year's Eve. But a big card here today at Gulfstream Park. A couple of stakes coming up. A Rainbow Six that kicks off here in race number 5. $150,000 in your estimated jackpot. So that's going to be a big one. Let's start with Ronnie's ticket. He'll be out here with me for the opener. And here we go here on a 4320 ticket.
Oh, look at that. It's a nice ticket, his usual MO. You see in race 8, there's his single of the 8. Wow, this is interesting. Forever After All for Brendan Walsh, who's exiting the red carpet. I'm excited to get into that race with you.
Yeah, big scratch in that race.
Yeah, there was a big scratch, but that's in the Via Borghese, race number 9. You see he's using, I think, the 3 logical horses in the last race. It's a bit of a spread. In the Soul of an Angel race, though, that's the Rampart race number 6. He's using Power Squeeze as well as Soul of an Angel, so that's a kind of ticket that you play against Soul of an Angel. You could probably get paid out quite nicely today.
Yeah, and it's a interesting race in that some speed scratches out of the race. You got a horse that might be 1 to 5 with not a hint of speed whatsoever. Right. We'll get into it in a second, but we're going to start it here in race number 5. Now on the Tapeta, we'll go a mile and a 16th for these 17.5 maiden claimers, 2-year-old fillies. Again, stretch out. No changes, but take note the 11, Gray Lark, does have blinkers on today. Gray Lark, Jose D'Angelo, and Irad, blinkers on. We'll start with you. Okay, you're coming out of the Great Chassis race. We've got her, we've got See You in My Dreams, and we've got Not One Less. 2, 3, 4 last time.
Yep, so we'll take a look at that replay here. And what I wanted to show about Great Shashi is See You in My Dreams is going to be the speed here. This is what you've got Melvis Gonzalez aboard the horse today. Just go and see how long you can take him. So this is going to be her race. But watch Great Shashi here. She's going to get sandwiched in between. And for a 2-year-old filly, this is not a spot you want to be in. I'm glad she didn't retreat. Now she kind of, look at that, she kind of had to deal with Zoe Zuchera cutting her off a little bit. She wasn't going to win, but that's intimidating when that happens, especially when the horse on your outside comes right over on you as well. So what I wanted to show for that is maybe you can kind of fade a horse like See You in My Dreams and go for a horse that, had a little bit of an excuse like Great Shashi.
Amicio was freewheeling on the 4th, See You in My Dreams, just walking up front, and she finished a distant third. Maybe the weight helps her today, but you're going from an ace gate rider. I think, I agree with you. She's the one you want to fade out of that race. I'm on the 3, point to that star. This horse didn't do a lot of running last time. Maybe the route helps. I don't really know. They didn't really bet her last time. I'm not sure how live the maker runners are. Blinkers are going to go on today, which tells me Tyler's going to be able to keep the 4 in his sights and maybe try to make a first run. Yeah,
which is what you want to happen here. But at least we know she has that experience under her belt. I picked her last time. I really liked her moving barns too, but she was a bit disappointing.
Nice number on Ride on Anna, who's gonna route now, second time for Gary Jackson.
A barn that definitely is gonna need a start in general, and Miguel Vasquez stays aboard, so I think those are all positives.
I want to quickly, a horse that I didn't use and you've gotten 4th, Gray Lark, 71 to 1, sprinting on the turf for a different trainer. Blinkers, D'Angelo, and Irad today. I hope if you're playing this horse, everyone, you get 9 to 2.
Yeah. I have no idea what to do with this filly here today. It's a big trainer switch, but still, it's not. Rodolfo Garcia was winning races during the summer, and they
not bad at all.
Not bet. So
71 to 1.
That's bad.
She'll do it without me. Today.
Me too.
All right, 2 stakes today. First one is good. It's the Rampart. It's going to kick off the late pick 5, $140,000 on the line for these fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. We go a flat 1-turn mile, scratch the 1 save time. Intrepid Daydream ran the other day. She's out, as is the 5 Unsolved Mystery. It's the return of Soul of an Angel. It's really the return of Power Squeeze as well, and it's the late pick 5 that she'll start with, and then we'll get into it.
Yep. we've got a $66 ticket here. I have a couple of strong opinions. I am singling Soul of an Angel, race number 7, the 2 and the 8 for me. Now, I did lop off the number 6, Dr. Jeff. Just take note of that. That this horse might be live. We'll see.
Best bet.
Yeah, that's yours?
Yeah.
Okay. See, that was the last horse I lopped off, and it was going to be, I'm not going to do the maths, 90-something.
Not bad. That's a
no,
99.
Robles told me I'm not taking credit. Okay. Nope, don't take credit for that. The Via Borghese, a head scratcher for me. I have no idea what to do in this race. It's definitely a jock's race. I very begrudgingly have the 8 on top, but to be honest, I think anybody can win that race. Race number 9. This is my best bet. Entrepreneurship. She won like a good thing. We'll show her in the replay. And then in race 10, I was just going to leave one horse off, and that was the 6, but we hit the all ball here. I do have the 2 on top. It's either one of these where you single the 2 or you go all, and I think something funky is going to happen there.
Single the 2. Interesting. I came back to her. She was my long shot last time.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 of them will go in the Rampart with a giant favorite and a Breeders' Cup winner, Soul of an Angel. Let's start by showing you her win. Parlayed the Princess Rooney right here, the win and you're in, the grade 3, into this at Del Mar. This is going to sound weird. This is just kind of an awesome replay to show. I don't know if it matters today, but you talk about it.
Well, she was the only horse to close this
She was
day.
she was Zenyatta this day. She was in a different zip code in the opening furlong.
Absolutely. And if you have not listened to the interview we did with Drayden, it's out there on YouTube. It's on our Twitter. Go and listen to it because it's really cool. One, I felt like this was some redemption for Drayden Van Dyke, a great comeback. Just kind of a Cinderella story. It really was. This is a special, special mare. We've spent time with her in the barn at Saffie's before, along with the kittens, and she's a cool mare. Now, she can't do what she just did in that replay today.
No, but I think the scratches are going to help her out a lot. You're going to have a field of 5 that's going to be very, very compact. If she's last today, she's last by 4 lengths. She's not last by 19 lengths, whatever it was early on at Del Mar. A mile. She's too much racehorse for these. And I have to be honest with you, I don't want to beat up an Alabama winner who is power squeeze. We'll talk about her next. I kind of feel she's a little dressed up, and I also feel very strongly she's probably going to be better next time and better at 2 turns.
I think you're not wrong about that at all. Now, the Cotillion race is a key race because you had Torpedo Anna, you had Tarifa, who was the horse that
just the other day
Saffie
we saw
horse
her.
that just won. I forget her name escapes me, but she ran I think about 5th in that race. This is a good stepping stone for here. I think the Delgado team and Leah Farms, they're not shooting for this race today.
Right.
This is a good stepping stone to move into her going to be 4-year-old career.
Yeah, first start against older horses as well. She is 2 for 2 here. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to disparage her at all, but she's meeting a Breeders' Cup winner today. You've actually tried to split the exact.
Yeah.
Now, Windy Walk's got speed. To be perfectly honest with you, I was using the other Delgado, the 5 Unsolved Mystery, who's out of here. Windy Walk's got some speed in a race now where the things are going to get a little odd up front, I think.
And taking a lot of weight from the rest of the field, 118. You got to note that Sullivan Angel's going to carry 125 today. That's the high weight. This horse gets a little bit of a break where you got Tyler aboard, and a horse that's won 3 in a row, you kind of take another look at it and go, okay, maybe underneath you just do a one-punch exacta.
Well, I'll tell you what, the 6, Dazzling Moon's going to get loose in here. I don't know how good she is. She should be in front in here. Maybe she gets brave. Charlie's Wish is very good as well. She's another exacta candidate. She scratched out of the race the other day to run here, and they knew Soul of an Angel was in here. Yep. Late pick 4 now in race number 7. We're on the Tapeta at 5.5, and what is a starter optional claimer for the 3 and up. A scratch of the 4 King Cab in his wild speed. The 7 Tap It 3 times is a first-time gelding. Quick look at my late pick 4 ticket. It's a condensed one, especially with a scratch that I lost later on. So we've got an $8 single 4. Race number 8, the top pick is a 2 Marksman's Queen. That's my long shot. Single in race 9 to Samantha's best bet. We both like entrepreneurship quite a bit. In race 10, I'm going to come back to Wait Till Midnight Hour, who I think is going to be over bet a little bit today. but she was my long shot last time, and I'm not going to give up on her. She ran so well.
Huge.
Let's kick it off now. Again, on the Tapeta in race number 7. I mentioned the scratch of the 4. It's a big one. There was a lot of speed in this race, but anytime you take King Cab out of the race, things temper a little bit. The 2, Power Attack, the Sweezy Barn, if you haven't figured it out yet, wildly live.
Very, very live. This horse is coming off of a bit of a freshening up, but 5.5 on the Tapeta. It doesn't bother me too much. If we were on the dirt, I might say differently, but this horse now taking a shot on the Tapeta and is 1 for 1 here. I think that this is a good sign.
Vince Chaminade is back. Good to see him back here in the entries at Gulfstream Pack. Probably bop around from here in Tampa over the winter and did some solid work here last year. The speed out of the race of King Cab's not going to hurt Power Attack any.
Nope.
That is for darn sure. Best bet for me, Dr. Jeff. This horse is getting a huge class drop today from his 2 Tapeta races.
That replay, that was such a close finish that day with that Extravagant Kid handicap. So, this, like I said, this was the last horse that I dropped, and, that's probably going to be the one that beats me.
They might just bet Irad again on Catamosto. Yeah. He comes out of a 25 win. He did it easily last time. The 6 is so much the horse to beat.
Yeah, the waters get a lot deeper for Catamosto.
Oh, my goodness, so much. 25 last time into a real solid group today. Race number 8 is the second of our stakes today. The Via Borghese at 1 mile and 3/8. No rails today at 0 feet. We love to see that. Big scratch of the 1. What Love looks like, as well as the 4. Shiloh's Mistress. Again, 1 mile and 3 race. 3 turns here. And for the fillies and mares, $140,000 on the line. And you are on the 8, Forever After All, who is, I think, was going to be favored anyway, even with Irad on the 1. And now that they are out, she's deservedly a stiff favorite.
Let's look at the replay. This was the grade 3 red carpet.
I'm on the long shot who's behind her this race.
Yes.
I want to mention that.
Yeah, Marksman Queen and Forever After All. Now, Forever After All, I'm not going to say you're supposed to win this race, but actually, I am going to say it. You are supposed to win this race.
70 cents on the dollar.
Yep, you're supposed to win. I did not trust her this day. To be honest, I don't trust her here today. She is just who I defaulted with on top, but you saw my ticket. I am spreading. I'm not running to the windows on this mare by any means today, but look at her. You're supposed to go by, and she just
You got to run by Mrs. Astor.
Miss Astor, yep. So the 6 there who finished 3rd, that's Marksman Queen, and I think this is a turf course that might actually suit her well. She's never been on this turf course before, so I'm glad you've got her on top.
Well, here's the thing now, okay? Shiloh's Mistress was 20 to 1 on the morning line. She could have been 40 to 1 in the race. She was the speed of this race. She's out now. The 2, I think, auto defaults as the lone speed, and I don't mind it at all. I thought she was going to be essentially the lone speed because she might be 6 lengths behind Shiloh while clear of the rest. Jorge Ruiz knows how to read a racing form. You got a tactical edge on a really fast turf course over there to my right. I expect him to go. The scratch doesn't bug me at all. I think she might get brave in here because you see her better races when she's been able to make the point, and I think that's very, very important in here. Certainly the 9 is another big player. Mahina, conversely, he's got no speed whatsoever.
No, and that's going to be a big problem for her now. Maybe, in a field like this, you'll keep her closer, but Kendrick Caramouche, if you watch the New York circuit, this is a jockey that sends almost everything, and he couldn't get her to the lead. So
she got a really bad ride in the Orchid in her U.S. debut, and I really kind of felt like she was going to be going places.
It seemed like it.
Yeah, I certainly haven't talked to Team Clement or anything, but I would think they might be a little disappointed in her. She did get a win in the Grade 3 way. I thought she was really going to advance to the upper echelons of this kind of marathon distance. 21%. Thank you guys, shippers into Gulfstream on the turf. So it's solid for an absolute top turf barn. Dylan Davis, if you're not in the loop, he'll be down here this winter, and that's a good thing, and that's a good rider out there who's going to get a little more acclimated with each and every run on the turf course here. Race 9, 5.5 on the Tapeta. It's a state bred optional claimer here. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. It's a field of 9, but I feel pretty strongly, as does my partner, you only need one of them in here.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's this gal right here, entrepreneurship. She won like a good thing. She ran like a big thing. And I don't like to come back to horses 2 times on the Tapeta, but we'll take a look at her replay because the way she did it on her debut was just quite dazzling. I thought, what a good-looking filly she is. They had trouble getting her to the races. I think it's a good sign that we're not seeing any layoff coming off of here. They're just going to bring her right back. That means she came out of that race in good order. Look, Miguel Vasquez never even had to uncock the stick at her, and that was all she had to do to get this done. Now, the waters get a lot deeper here, but she made a nice impression.
Yeah, I think she's too much racehorse for this group here. Yeah. The post could be slightly tricky, but it really, at the end of the day, I think she's going places, and a lot of gals in here kind of seem like they might be stuck in neutral. Listen, let's at least, you get a price underneath with Bedrock Birdie, Jose D'Angelo here, and you like the job Sammy Marin does.
Yeah, he does a very good job.
Oh, Tyler Gaffleona. So
okay, sorry, pardon us. Yep. Tyler's going to jump aboard here, but Sammy Marin, he's having a great time at Tampa, and he's doing very well, and he put a fantastic ride on this horse last time, but it's a tougher race, I think, in this spot. But now we're back in with state breds. Maybe that helps a bit.
Yeah, like I said, I think we have a stakes kind of caliber horse here, at least on the Tapeta, and I'm not sure about the rest of them. What a good one now in the finale at race number 10. 5 furlongs on the turf in this optional claimer, 25K and a 1X for the fillies and mares. The rail, 73 feet. Make sure you take note of that. It's a big problem in a turf sprint. Not the 17 initially. Scratch the 10, Beach Party Bingo. Scratch the 13, Source. We're on the same horse. Let's show you the replay. I needed one more jump to get my long shot home last time. My note says I think she'll be better acclimated with a spin over the course, and I hope that's the case, Samantha, because she won't win today trying to do this.
She will not, because this was a day the rails were at 17 feet, which when we made these picks, this is what the rails were supposed to be at, but things happen, they change, and now we're at this spot. She can't do what she did here at all. Like you said, she was flying late. The next jump she had it. Now Definite Diva just picked up, held on, I should say, late, but she maybe getting off the rail is going to help her some here, I hope.
Yeah, she was 15 that day. Now there is a scratch in here. She's got to be around this number. She would be an underlay to me, because I think this field comprehensively, I think, is a little bit better. And again, when you have a running style like that, boy, Jorge Ruiz is going to have to use all of his his guile in here. You got a big number underneath here for up for Mike Matz.
Well, I think the good thing about this filly is she's got some speed, and since she's fresh and she does have 2 wins on the year, I think these are positives, and she might not be this type of class of horse, but I'm glad I've got some speed in here now, especially with the rail setting.
Mojave Desert, I do think is a horse to beat. She does cut back. She does run against older. She gets the L today. LASIK's
she
going
does.
on.
That's huge. Where's her form at? I don't really know. The 2 turns has been her game, and this is a big wake-up call.
Look at the speed Safi put into her on the 15th, 45 and 4.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, she's going to be tighter today. Weekend Rags gets IRAD. I don't know if she's good enough, though. You don't have her in the mix.
Yeah, I don't. I've got her on my ticket, but I'm not. I don't know.
Heavy speed with the 11, Vindicate Cha-Cha. I don't know if she can turf or not, but boy, she is fast.
Well, she might just by default today be in the winner's circle, just due to the fact that she does have that speed. And she does have that super high knee action, which means she should handle the grass just fine, but it's a guessing game here today.
The 12 is Belle, the Bluegrass. She's in the parking lot, but she looked good at Gulfstream right here, winning for Riley Ma, and win over the course. Never a bad thing, but my goodness, that's a tough post now. 73 feet. You're way out
you're marooned,
there. Quick lightning round. It's a short one because we had a lot to get to today. We'll start as we always do with the standings. And by the way, this will be the last Thursday standings for you, because we're Wednesday next week on New Year's Day. And let's take a look at this. The Jocks race is
no surprise.
That is wild.
Yeah, he just asserted himself, and he being Irad, none other than Irad Ortiz Jr. Wow. So this is good stuff here by one of the top jockeys in the world.
What a tour de force. Okay, trainer standing is going to be a lot tighter, but of course Safi is leading the charge here. Jose is on such a good run himself, and as Samantha mentioned, Ben Tornado out at Santa Anita, and I guess that's a quick segue now, because they have 6 stakes, 3 grade 1s, the Malibu, return of a Derby winner, Mystic Dan, and our buddy Ben Tornado, a Florida Sire star who was second in the Breeders' Cup Sprint.
Yeah, and who ran huge that day in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. So, hey, today might be a good day to play against the Kentucky Derby winner because this is a very short race here. But get involved. I believe it's 2 o'clock our time, Florida time.
Yeah. Your best bet today?
Entrepreneurship for me.
Of course. I'm in a little bit slightly earlier, and that is in race 7 to the 6, Dr. Jeff. How about your long shot?
Warlord Cruzan, race 3, the 3. Yeah.
8-1. I like it. Maybe you'll get him. I couldn't get him. Maybe you will. And I'm in the Via Borghese. I don't know about what the scratches now. Marksman Queen could be a peg or two below, but I like her tactical edge in that spot as we go 3 turns on a firm turf course. Happy to have you aboard. Pete is upstairs, the 10-pack today. Not a lot of scratches and changes. We'll see you back here for the opener.